The inventory inquiry screen. Inventory inquiry is just like you have in the past. Search for any particular item that is in your database. So if you were looking for a tire, you would put in your quick find. If you were looking for example your buyout codes, you could look for buyout codes. Anything that you were using as a quick find previously, you will have the same ability to do that here. So you can search, again, like with all windows, you want to look for the dark blue. This is where you will be entering the pieces of information. And so quick find, like we said before, you can do your quick find of a tire. If you are looking for example, all 245s, it will show you all the 245, starting with 245. So here's a 245.17, a 245.40.19. So it will show you anything that begins in the quick find with the 245. If you had a specific item number that, or a string of item numbers that started with a specific description, if you chose and typed that in, it would show you everything that began as far as an item number with that information. So here we have pointer. When you do a quick search or a quick find in a manufacturer, these are what we call AND criteria. So anything that you put in quick find and in one of these fields, it would have, that particular item would have to meet both criteria in order to be found. So when you put a lot of different limiters in, you can see that you can narrow down your list. So you can search by manufacturer. And if you're in manufacturer, you can see that your list can be quite long. So if you start typing MI, you can see that it will take you directly to Michelin. Group would be your tread patterns. Category is your light truck, passenger, large farm, industrial tires, anything that was a category of items that you sell. User sorts will be your bolt patterns, shoe size for those that are using that information, or any other groups that they have put in here for user sorts. You automatically will default to your particular selling location as for your inventory search. So when you when you're doing a quick find, you will automatically default to what is your password would default to all, and all will basically show you every item that you have in your company wide that was a 245. You'll notice this column you have item number, item description, available, total available, pending, price, FET, add-ons, cost, gross profit percentage, and SPIF. These are all sortable fields, so whenever you have any kind of table along this line, if you click on that particular column, it will sort based on what you're clicked on. So if I choose available, total available, it will sort my search. Price will be your default sort. And you'll notice that when you choose whatever line item that you're on, when you choose to change your sort option, when you click on that, it will always populate it to the top of your search box. Keep in mind that you will probably have items that will be below and above that, so if it looks like you're missing part of your search goes away, you just need to scroll up and down to find the additional items. And you'll notice if you hit the same column twice, it starts with ascending or descending, and if you choose that column again, it will flip it to the opposite. If you are searching for a very large amount of records, it could potentially give you this in the bottom right hand side that says more records. So if you're not seeing something that you think that you have, either limit your criteria so that you have a smaller search, or click on more records. You have the ability to look at total available. What this will allow you to do is to show you what is available in your particular location, and then total available showing what is available company-wide. So say for example you wanted these particular Michelin tires. You don't have any available, but you see that there are 2 located somewhere within the company. If you click on your Other Lokes tab, this will show you which location has those tires on hand. When you're on this Detail tab, you can see that we're highlighted on item 92789. And if you click on the Other Lokes tab, that is the same item that it's looking for. But if you click Next Item, it will populate what is below the current item that you were selected on before. So it will go down on that list on the detail screen. If you hit Previous Item, it will scroll you up on this list. The Detail tab, again, is for your specific location. Other Lokes will show you what you have company-wide. In the so up in the top part is your search criteria and results, but based on that results, you can have some additional information down below. Again, like many of our other screens, you now have these tabs that go across the screen. The quote will be the one that you are on most of the time, because this is going to have your pricing information. And no matter what item that you're selected on, it will populate based on what that item is. So we'll give you your pricing for each one of those items. To the right of the screen, you have your dark blue fields again. So this is where you'll be entering information. So if you wanted to get a quote for, say, 3 particular tires, you can highlight it and type a 3 and press your tab key. And now it will, under your quote, it will populate what the cost would be, or the price for 3 of those items. For tires, we do have the standard quote set to 4. So if you have a customer that is calling you and wanting to price a set of 4 tires, you now have the ability, without changing anything, to look to see what that quote price would be. It will show you your subtotal of the actual items, add-ons, which would be your tire tax and any other fees that were added. If you had any additional fees for that particular item, they would show in the additional fees, the sales tax, and then the total price. Underneath here, you will be able to change the price. If you wanted to change the price to, say, $3.95, hit your tab key, and it will now recalculate your price based on the price that you have entered. The other tabs that are located on the inventory inquiry screen, you have your customer screen, and what this will show is on the particular item that you're highlighted on in the Detail tab, it will show you all the transactions for that particular customer for that item. It will always default to a 3-month time range. And so it will show you if there were additional locations that had sold to customer 1, it would show that information. You do have the ability to change the customer number from here. You hit your tab key and find, and it will tell you that there was no sales history for that particular customer. Transactions. This is your history of transactions for this particular item. Once you get into TME and you have some additional information, this will show you all the ins and outs for this particular item. If you wanted to back your date range so that you could see a year's worth of history, and click Find, it would show you all the inventory receipts, transfers in and out, all transactions that were related to that item in that time period. The Sales tab will give you just a brief synopsis of what you would have for, just like a little snapshot of that particular item. Committed will show you, for example, if you walk through the warehouse, you see 4 tires, you come back to put those 4 tires on an order and they don't show available. You could come to this tab once you're highlighted on that item, and you could see who had those tires committed to them. The same will apply for other locations. If you had an item that was committed, it would show you where those items were committed as well.